Oh, there we go. Okay, I've got sound. All right. Cool. Welcome, everybody. How is everyone doing? This is so weird. It's a completely different setup, so doing this live is like very, very strange for me. Okay, so I think we are good. If everyone in the chat can let me know if they can hear and if they can see and everything, that would be great. And then, yeah, we'll get into it. We'll just do this as a general. We'll cover the New York Open. We'll go over some charts as usual, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, I have had a haircut as well. I got it nice and short, so yeah, I could do a little tour in a minute as well. Maybe actually, I can't do a tour. I can't move the camera around, but yeah, you guys get the idea. Cool. So yeah, live from Dubai. Um, Enjoying it so far. It's very nice weather out here. It's very hot. Although it's not too hot. It's like 36 degrees, I think, today. And it's going to get like 10 degrees hotter over the rest of the week. And yeah, then I'll see how it goes. So, oh, this is so weird. Alessio, resolution a little weird. Yeah, so it obviously I'm on a much smaller screen now, like a lot smaller. So I used to have a massive like widescreen screen with a much higher resolution. So we've gone much lower res, but it should be pretty good. Again, this is probably more friendly for anyone using a laptop or a mobile because numbers are bigger and everything. So that should be good. Um, yeah, it's so weird. And I'm looking at myself and I need to just take off the stream settings so I don't keep looking at how it's all looking. That is better. Now I can't see myself, so all is good. Where am I? Okay, cool. So, yeah, Bitcoin at the moment, I mean, it's not doing anything. So we'll just wait and see what the New York Open is going to give us. We'll see if we can get any kind of movement. Why can I not leave this screen here on thingy-majiggy? There's a fail straight away. You know what? We'll start off a new tab. So if I just go web, if I go on to TradingView, and there we go. Okay, now we have stuff here. That's better. I think I had this tapped. Shift plus F. So that's what I need to do. Shift plus F. Normally I just click exit and it goes normal, but there we go. That's better. Okay, so we're back onto this one. But anyway, we'll keep the text size big. We'll keep it as it is on here. I will maybe adjust things as we go on. Again, like I say, this is just a bit of a trial stream for today to see how it all looks, to see how it all sounds. If people can let me know how my mic is sounding as well, that would be good. It's a bit more of an echoey room than I was in previously, but I do have the microphone right here. So you should be able to hear me really clearly. John, John, I need a haircut. Yeah. Crypto Ball. So yeah, I'm here for 1 month initially. So I'm going to be staying here for 1 month. I'm going to see how it goes, and then the plan is to potentially stay here a little bit longer. Um, we'll see how things go. I'm enjoying the city so far. It's very nice. There's a lot of traveling. So getting around anywhere is, I mean, I've only been here for 1 day. So getting around anywhere is like long. So you just got to go. You you got to go Uber like everywhere. Everywhere's an Uber right away. I tried using the metro yesterday and it was okay. Um, I massively underestimated Eid as well. I did not know how much of a huge deal it is over here. So I went out yesterday and I was going to go down to Marina and go to the point and see there was a fireworks display there. And I gave myself like an hour and a half to get there. Ended up getting stuck at the Burj Khalifa, which is like 5 minutes away. So as soon as I leave the apartment here, I'm basically like outside the fountains where the Burj Khalifa is. And there was just hundreds of thousands of people there, and I couldn't get through to the metro, so they weren't letting anyone into the metro. The metro was closed for anyone leaving the area, so the whole area was just completely packed, full of people. And so I had to like walk for about an hour to get onto the metro to try and get to this firework display. Completely failed in getting to the firework display and ended up just in the middle of another shopping center. And then just went back to the marina, had something to eat, and came back via the metro. And then, because at that point the mall was closed, so it was fine for me leaving my apartment. I can just walk through the mall and get to the metro in like 15-20 minutes. But that was closed, so then I had to walk the long way back to my apartment, and it took me like an hour to walk from the metro back here. So yeah, I've quickly realized that either an Uber or just renting a Lambo is the thing to do. It's really funny if I go and look outside like every couple of minutes, because the where I'm at like faces onto a main road, and you just see like Lambos driving past all the time. Like they're obviously all rented, because people, if they actually own them, they wouldn't be like just going crazy and going really fast down the road. But it's quite funny seeing it here. It's proper. It's mad. It's just so like everyone here is just renting stuff. And you can tell all the people that are renting their Lambos and things, they just look like complete idiots. It's not my style. But yeah, it's been good fun. It's been good fun. And yeah, nice pool here, nice gym. So Paolo saying I look skinny already. I need to get to the gym and start using that. But it's good. Anyway, there's nothing to talk about here on Bitcoin, is there? I'm looking for a little bit of volatility to see if we can get some volatility into the New York session. And I mean, realistically, like, let's just go onto a clean chart here and have a look. Look where we're at. Okay, we're at the point of control. We're at that weekly OB. Yesterday's whatever day, lost track of days. Sunday's weekly close, importantly, was above that order block. And we have these wicks down into it, and it keeps getting absorbed. So it does have that feeling that, I mean, I don't have a strong bias to the direction, but I do feel that a break up, at least up until 39,500 region, then you could have some kind of fake out and then break down again, is the more likely scenario right now. I think that we've been absorbing here for such a long time. If we were going to see it move down, it probably would have, but it's still like a massive, the correlation with the stock market is still there, and that's still what we're looking at the moment. But look, we're at support. Okay, we're at very important support on the chart as a whole, and I think that the longer we stay here, the more likely it is that we see a move to the upside. So I have been looking at, I mean, this was just drawn as a bit of a meme thing in the trading room this morning. So we did the trading room this morning. And I mean, crypto, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, there's a lot of people apparently now looking at this like descending wedge, which I don't like the look of it. Okay, there's way too much space here and here. It doesn't really fit the bill. But we are hovering around that value area low of this structure. We're also hovering around that POC of the entire range that we've been in for now 103 days. So we've been in this thing for 103 days now. And that's the longest, like literally the longest big range that Bitcoin's ever been in, I think. I don't remember trading a range like this for more than, and normally it's like 80 days or something. So we've been hanging around here for ages. It feels like it's going to be close to a resolution now. And this is what I actually wanted to show you just a minute ago before I got sidetracked. So if we do just bring on here, this historical volatility, right? It is just gone. It's completely dead. Okay, so we've been at no like like literally no volatility for 32 days. So zero volatility for a month. We've had a month of nothing going on the price action. So at some point, and I think this has to happen soon, you can almost like see this. If this was like a kind of oscillator or something, and we were looking at it in that way, you go, okay, this is going to curve back up and we're going to start to see some volatility here. So it's quite nice. It's not like it's just an indicator, but it is quite nice. It does show you that I think we are starting to get a slight increase in that volatility here, that we're going to see a move soon. My bias for that is it at the moment is that we're going to initially move up. I don't know whether we're going to see that as continuation, but I do think initially, even to get into a short position, how could you really short this? It's very, very difficult because we're not even getting bounces into good short opportunities, unless you're in alts, which are just dying, which is kind of, yeah. So alts are just dying. They're becoming very, very cheap, which is really nice. But with Bitcoin, it feels as if we need to at least just push up and have some kind of fake out. So that's what I'm mainly looking at. And it is realistically, we're looking around that 39,700 region. Okay, so that is the POC of this mini structure that we're in. There is an untapped daily level up there. It is quite a significant thing. Look at this as well, like the hourly, the volatility is dead on the hourly as well. So this could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. I think we're looking at a move very, very soon. So hopefully I'll be around in order to have a look at it, to trade it, and everything. Of course, we're still just grinding down today. And there is the possibility, I know Luxury was mentioning this during the trading room this morning, there is the possibility that we could have some kind of harmonic forming here. It's not great, but it would give us something. You barely even got high enough for that, but it would give us something around about, you're looking just to take out these lows, a little SFP of the lows, or something along those lines, in order for this to get a bit of a reaction around that 38k region and just below, to kind of get us back towards a move to the upside. But yeah, realistically, I'm just not interested in positions here until we see some kind of movement. And then if we do get a move up into this 39,700 region, that's the closest point in which we've got some good confluence there, and that's probably when I would look to take a short. So I've been saying this for a while. I am building a swing, very, 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 very low risk swing long position. I'm still holding a short, and yeah, we'll just yeah, it's just a waiting game now. Like, just look at it. It's just moving. It just isn't moving, is it? Like the whole day, we've got we've got a range of, for an entire day, where are we at? And this is 1%. So we've got 1% range for the day, and it's just pathetic. It's just nothing. So yeah, remain patient. There has been some other nice stuff, so we'll look at Ape again in a minute. We may look at some other altcoins, but if we get a move here, then we get a move. We'll wait and see. Yeah. I don't know. I've got the YouTube chat like open on a screen here and open on my iPad here. I should put my iPad higher up because I look weird if I'm constantly looking down like this at a screen. So yeah. I also might get a standing desk delivered to my room, so that makes it a bit easier. Okay. So the other stuff that we do have, okay, so we do have I know this says TPOC, we do have a volume point of control coming in down here at 37,900. So if we do get that move down, if it does create that Gartley, which is something we are looking at, okay, so you could see just boom, 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 Gartley into that 37,900 region and then bounce from there. It'd be reasonably good. What's the time? Where's the clock? Oh, cool. New York is open. Okay. we'll have a look at the New York session. But that is something else that we're looking at. But I mean, New York's open now. It has been open for 4 minutes. So the initial move was down, and now we're getting a move up. Like, come on, yesterday was dead, right? The New York session just went boom, boom, Darth Maul candle type thing, and then retraced the whole move. So Let's see what is going on with the stocks. This chart's going to be out of date since then. And we do have Mhm. Oh, wrong thing. Idiot. Okay, yeah, so we opened exactly where we closed yesterday. So we did open exactly where we closed. There's no gap here on the SPX, but I would have thought it would search down before we're looking for any major move to the upside. There isn't a gap here, but maybe searching down a little bit. It did do that earlier on today. So yeah, absolutely no bias on the SPX either, because there's nothing here at the moment. You've got a gap up here, okay? So you do have this gap on the SPX up here. There was that partial fill that we had the other day. Other than that, that's the only inefficiency that we're really looking for. So I do need to just pull this down because this gap was filled. And let's just mark this on the chart here. That could be something we could be looking for if there is a bit of continuation on this. But we will see. We'll see how it goes. It's quite a long way up. Cool. I need to. Oh, this looking at this chat is too confusing. I need to like bring it up here. I need a stand for my iPad so I can see my chat better. Um, uh, Wednesday's statistically the most volatile day. Yes, yes. Trade natural gas instead. It's moving. We could have a look at gas. Everyone's interested in that at the moment. I guess it was. I would assume it had been dumping recently, and now it's on back on the rise. I've actually never traded natural gas, but I would have assumed after the Gazprom news last week it had gone down, and now it's probably going back up. Natural gas. Uh, oh, it's just gapping up. So I guess this was 18th of April. No, okay, we had a little bit of a dump back here. But gas is bull market, right? It's pretty parabolic right now. I don't know. I don't know. Not my asset. So I could have a look at that, but I mean, I wouldn't be able to give anyone any decent information because it is not an asset that I am using or I am trading. Space, had your ears lowered. My ears are in the same place. My hair has gone shorter, much shorter. And there's like it's just left or whatever. But yeah, maybe that makes my ears look lower. I don't know. I'm thirsty. It's such an eerily quiet room I'm in, and there's like an echo. But you can hear like anyone that's outside the room, so we could probably have like people could like listen in on everything that's going on, which I'm not used to. It's making me feel all self-conscious that people in the hallway, although there's like literally no one here, but people in the hallway could listen. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, there's been this spot buying as well. It's not very clear if you're looking at it on the higher time frames. So we have been, there has been kind of mention of this previously that we are seeing a bit more interest in spot. I don't know how others are seeing it. I've seen charts that look a lot more like this is kind of real clear accumulation. But I haven't found myself a time frame that looks so obvious yet. So I mean, on the 5 minute chart, you can kind of see this. Okay, so spot being in the green and then blue being the perps, and we have had that basically over the course of the last day. We've seen that spot buying increase, whereas the perps are kind of closing out of positions. We are getting a reduction in open interest, so that could lead us towards again spot kind of leading price, and we're eventually looking for higher. But yeah, still very, very small amounts right now that I'm seeing, at least. There could be something more significant. We do also have this, which has been quite interesting, and this is kind of what you would want to see. So again, this is something else that we were talking about on the trading room this morning. Is there was these big Bitfinex spirals that got partially filled, but then we had continued reduction in open interest. So what we want to see is the open interest start to increase here, almost with negative delta, to start to show that, okay, they've clearly been closing out of some short positions here, whether it's all of the short position or there's some big player over there that has a big short position that we're looking at. That has been continued to close out, and it does look as though potentially we're starting to get those long positions starting to come in on this, or it could just be one of those kind of neutral plays where you have a short position on futures and then you're just buying spot at the lows, so price comes down, and then whoever's over here, if we look at Bitfinex spot, obviously we won't get the CVD and the open interest information from that, but that could be a bigger spot position that is being built here. Which again, you're seeing more of these things that do point towards a move to the upside, even though historically when you do see volatility this low, it does more often than not result in a down move. So we do have to be aware of that. Statistically, low volatility down move is a little bit more likely, but the more we look at it, I think at least a move up in order to start to generate some volatility is looking a bit better. So yeah, I'm still just going over stuff randomly. Do I have a plan? I guess I do. So what I want to see, what would be really nice, okay, let's move down into here. Let's hit 37,900, because 37,900 is previous day point of control. That's a pretty decent level. If it wants to come down towards that daily level, fair enough. I don't really want to see it go any lower than this, otherwise that starts to get a bit messy. But if we can move to 37,900, and then we can kind of reclaim daily open chop around here for a bit, and then we can look for a move up towards that 39,700. So you're going from 37.9 to 39.7 over the next day, basically. That would be ideal for me. Those are the two trades that I'm looking to take. So I would look longs down here, I would look for shorts up there. We'll see how it goes. That would start to bring a bit of life back into the market, at least, and then from that point we can just whatever, we'll see how it goes. Crypto Joe, Carl is next door with his ear to the wall, possibly. I don't know whereabouts in Dubai he is. He's got to be near here somewhere. He'll either be in one of the apartments here, because they're quite nice, and if you're Carl the Moon, you're probably going to be either here or you'll be right on Marina, right where there's the big buildings there. So I'm in one of the big buildings near the Burj Khalifa, and then there's the big buildings near the Marina. So I'm sure he's either here or in Marina. I mean, there's only two places you can be that are like nice areas around here. So you either have to be in this little area, which is like a very small area, or you have to be in Marina, which is much bigger. Tom's dinner. Could anyone recommend decent monitors to buy? I could. It depends what kind of setup you have got. If you ask some stuff, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to answer it here, but I could recommend some good ones. I've got a really nice one at home that's like a super widescreen one, nice and big. And then on my little setup here, I've basically got my laptop screen, and then I've got a small monitor underneath. It's a pretty cool little setup. I showed it to people in the crew. Maybe I'll post it onto Twitter or something later for anyone who is public to have a look at. Binance and FTX also going burr in futures. We'll have a little looky here. See, for me, there's just not a lot, right? It's just, it's just doing what you'd think it would be doing. Like, people were a bit scared yesterday, so they were selling, and open interest was, I mean, actually had, I don't know, had absorption yesterday on, so basically the offer was absorbing any buying that was going on. So you were getting this CVD, kind of the delta was up on the day and the open interest was down on the day. So a lot of these people just, wait, what would that be? Closing out of longs? Yeah. No, because you're opening longs. It's just, the order flow has been a bit weird. And it's the same over here, right? We're seeing this increase in delta. Open interest not particularly doing anything. Yeah, 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 yeah. Just want it to move so it gives us something to talk about again. Oh, we'll look at Ape. Okay, so we're going to look at Ape. This is something we can talk about because this has gone once again exactly as we wanted it to go. I'm not going to say the other word, but it's been exactly what we wanted to see on Ape. We have hit the weekly level. How many times have I said that? And I'm holding a short from Ape at $27.69. That is my short position. That is like if anybody has a short position better than me that is watching this stream, I will give you, 10 Ape tokens. I'm going to be cheap. I'm going to give you 10 ape tokens. I don't think anyone is holding a better short position. But if anyone does hold a better short position than me at $27.69, and I can show you my position, then I will give you 10 ape tokens. So there's a challenge for anyone. And also, what did we say every time we were looking for the shorts? And I mean, this was a clear blow off top. Okay, there were other opportunities to get into a short after this. Like what happened? It was super, 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 super simple. Okay, where did price come back into? After you had that big blow off top and you had an ABCD correction, you came back up, you took out the C, A, B, C, D down here. You took out point C. You came into the 618, the golden pocket, and now you've dumped, and now you've come down to the weekly level. So how many times have I said $14, $14.20, $14.20, 8.2? That weekly level is the level that we were looking for from the short. So that's an amazing trade. I'm really very, very, very happy with that. So yeah, good trade. But I'm only going to give away 10 ape. Maybe I'll give away 100 if people get a better long position than me the next time. And it does. I'm only giving away 10 ape because I don't actually hold any ape. It's just a trade, so it's a leverage position. It's just USDT, isn't it? I'm just trading that as a movement in price. I'm not actually trading any ape. I'm trading US dollars, but that's the move. But hey, it's been pretty good. Been pretty nice. Almost a 50% move down. Keshab, you just said you have a better entry than me at 27.54. Yet 27.54 is not a better entry because unless you could try to get along. But I can assure you, 27.69 is a higher price than 27.54. If you just do a little bit of maths there, I can assure you that my entry is better. Sorry. No ape for you. Is there anything else we want to look at? What would be really nice? And again, this is the other thing that we've been looking for on this. It You'd want to see some kind of reaction of the weekly. So again, another test of the weekly would give an opportunity. I haven't actually taken profit on my short yet or gone into any longs or anything like that. But what I would like to see is a bigger range coming in around here and eventually then to take this out. So you're looking at some like bigger accumulation, some kind of Wyckoff thing. So maybe we start to put in something like this. And then once we've got that, apologies, this screen is so small, I can't do stuff on it properly. What we want is you can look to the macro And then I think we did some plans on this during the trading room again earlier, but look for some kind of accumulation to get put in. Then you want to hold above and you want to come into here, and then that could open up some short opportunities again. So that's the kind of thing we're looking for on Ape. Just a very, very rough drawing is some kind of accumulation around this weekly with a spring and a back test at some point that could take a trade in the other direction. But there's going to be time on this. I mean, it's settled down a lot. It's had a blow off top. It's not going to all-time highs again anytime soon. So that move is done. If you did not catch a short at $27.69 or higher, then I'm afraid there will not be another opportunity to do that for quite a while. This is now a coin that you can look to short even if we get a significant bounce. So I'm probably like, I could literally hold this short position for years, maybe even, maybe not years, no, months. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, certainly not looking to close out of this anytime soon. Mm. P is right. Give an ape NFT. The ape. Oh, man, my mind's not with it. I was just thinking, the ape have NFTs, but of course, that's literally what it is. But yeah. Yeah. Jake Wise, show me $27.75 and I'll give you 10 ape. I don't think you've got it, but show me $27.75. Go onto Discord, DM me, or go onto Twitter, DM me. Show me the money shot. Show me the entry, and I'll give you 10 ape if you have genuinely beaten it. And no Photoshop. I'll ask you to prove this properly. I want to see that position. I want to see that position live. No Photoshop. You're not allowed. I will catch you. I will catch you if you're faking. And I will expose you. I won't because I don't really know. I can't, but anyway. That's it. How did you know how to short with the blow off top fib extension fake? No, it was literally a case of it went through more targets than I could ever have like thought it would. So I did have fib extensions up here and it just blew through everything. I was watching it on order flow and I was looking for shorts within this region because we hit that 1.618. If we're going to go on to where are we? I'll just show you here. I think I've taken off a lot of stuff. This screen is so small. This is going to be really difficult. It's hard to just like chart on the fly here because I know it's probably really hard for people to see exactly what's going on. But this is what we were looking at, okay? And we did have these being the levels. So your 1.618 there at $22.50, okay, $22.49.7, and then the 2 at 25.55. And as we were coming through that region, I mean, this all happened in the space of like 10, 15, 20 minutes, okay, from when we actually came up into this region and then got that big blow off top. It was pretty insane. So I was looking at that and I started watching the order flow. There was no reason for me to short. There was no reason to close the long. I was just like, okay, we're now in that parabolic phase. This just goes and goes and goes until it can't go any further. And at some point, the last person is bought, and then it just crashes all the way back down, which is what we've seen. So I was watching it, and I was watching it go up, and I was watching it come through all of these levels. And at some point, just as we hit the highs, there was like a massive drop off in open interest. And again, we looked at this in the trading room, whatever day that happened, Thursday night. I think this was Thursday night, last Thursday night, just before we did the Asia Open. So look, that's 10 minutes worth of time that you've had a move up, within 10 minutes of 12%. So it was insane. But during that move, the open interest was just collapsing. Okay, so everyone was starting to close out their position. Everyone was starting to take profit. All the open interest was disappearing. And then what you had at the top was a very, very sudden change of behavior. You had one big sell come in, maybe mine, but you had one big sell come in. it created an immediate move down, and then what you had is just a cascade of just stops being hit as people who were maybe going long on too high leverage trying to chase this insane move, which is just the worst thing to do. Like, how anyone would do this is just so stupid. Why would you long up here? But people were, and then it immediately just came down and just took everyone out. And at that point you're looking, okay, that is a blow off top. Okay, you see a move up at that speed and it gets retraced like that, that's a blow off top, and you're not going to come back up again after that point. That's just not going to happen. So it was really, really straightforward from like an order flow perspective, just to see the open interest just disappearing. I knew that at that point the top was close, but it was just a timing thing. It was like, okay, I'm just going to short this here because it just feels like it's going to go. I'm going to do it on cross leverage. My account's not at risk. This whole move is going to get retraced, and you just kind of know that. But it was more kind of luck that it was able to get timed into that. I could have shorted basically anywhere within this region. At that point, once I started to see that open interest decreasing, you could have taken a short anywhere within that region. I just got quite lucky that I waited until that point up at the highs. So that's kind of the general thinking off of that. But yeah, we're looking at this $14 as good support. If that fails, we're going to come all the way down, back down to 10 again. So yeah, we will see. We'll see how that goes. What else do we have? Jet lag kicking in. I don't know. I don't feel like I've got jet lag. I feel quite tired because yesterday was very busy and I've been working quite a lot today. But yeah, I don't think it's jet lag. I think I'm just generally a little bit not up to speed with the market right now, and there's nothing going on. So, Eric, was it an exit pump? No, it's not. Like, it's not an exit pump. I mean, it is technically, but it's just typical. It's just what happens with altcoins. You have a blow off top and they retrace. It's what happened with Bitcoin in 2017, 2018. It had a blow off top and then it retraces the whole thing. It's not like an exit pump kind of thing. It's just that's trading. And when you do have a completed auction like this and there's no one left to buy, you retrace it all. And that's what we see. Alan, what website are you using to monitor order flow on Apecoin? I'm just using Exo. So I'm just using Exo charts. I was watching it on here. I can show you actually if I find. Let me just throw up. It's going to be really hard to go back that far on this. Let me just show you for a second. I'll see if I can find it. Um, I'll do the bid ask tracker and I'll go ape, 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 ape. There it is. This is on the 30-minute time frame. It's unlikely I'm going to be able to go much further back than that. Let's do 14 days worth of data so we can see 14 days. I don't want to take this to take forever, but here is your high. I'm actually okay. Let me try this on a 5-minute time frame because this is when it's a bit clearer. And we'll just go open interest and we'll take off the VWAP. And now you'll be able to see. Okay, so this is just what I was explaining. All right, look at this. It's crazy. So from the moment we came up here, and that just basically just stopped out a lot of short positions that had been shorting kind of the breakout. Okay, so this was the point in which we came up to the 1.272, I think, here, and then we started to come through the 1.2 the 1.618 and everything, but you had that as basically stopping shorts, and from that point it was just squeeze, and you just saw this huge drop off in open interest in the 2 candles before we hit that basically its all-time high and what will remain its all-time high. In real time, when you were looking at this, I was looking at it on a trend rev, I was looking at it on a tick chart. I won't be able to go back that far and look at that here, but you can just see a big drop off in open interest there. And also if we do go onto the delta, you can see here how you had that delta divergence and immediately the selling interest started to come into it. So it was relatively simple from an order flow perspective. It was just a hard one to time. Okay, so yeah. And that's ideally what we want to see on Bitcoin at some point, but it hasn't happened. We haven't had any kind of blow off top. We haven't had this simple kind of trading. It's all happening on the alts at the moment. Whew. Uh, Crypto Joe, I woke up and looked into the sun for 10 minutes to get ready for the sunset blush Dubai background. Oh man, I'll throw it on here for you. There we go. Oh, it's bright. I mean, I've actually got my setup the same. Um, because I'm in an apartment and it's kind of nice. I'm not outside at the moment, so uh, I could probably. Can I just change this? Ooh, oh no. Ooh. Hey, there it is. There's the messy room behind me. Now everyone can see me. But anyway, let's go back onto here. So yeah, I've got it kind of dark in the room. I've got the windows closed and stuff, but still taking away the background. So yeah, I thought I'd keep things relatively consistent for the purpose of these live streams for now, at the very least. Um, Also, I saw another comment. What have we got? Sputnik. Hi, Luke. I'm thinking of joining the crew. Could you please share how long, no pun intended, it took you to become a profitable trader? So my journey was quite a long one. Okay, I got into crypto in like 2017, when we didn't have all of the tools that are available now for order flow and for charting. It was literally just like trading view. Everyone was trading off of moving averages. There wasn't really, you didn't really have traders in crypto when I first got into it. So you couldn't go long, you couldn't short. There were no options. You couldn't do futures trading on altcoins. It was all just spot. Just so I got into it as a buy to invest type of thing, and I was interested in the technical analysis. So it wasn't until the bear market that I started to get into trading like actual crypto properly, and that was in 2018. It was a bear market. It was difficult conditions for a new trader to get into, which I think is what probably a lot of people are thinking right now. Like the conditions for a new trader are very, very difficult at the moment because it, at least for me, it was like shorts kind of feel more difficult to take, or they did early on. So people just keep trying to buy every dip, and they just lose all their money. And I think that's the kind of point in which a lot of traders are in. So I had to go through that phase of being a trader, is just making those bad decisions during a really, really just awful market where things were just going down a lot. Even though I kind of knew price was going to go down, but I still ended up getting caught into bad habits and everything there. And then really it started to click for me, and I can show you where I started to make sense of everything. So I went through about a year of just not profitable. I mean, a year of just throwing money at anything and seeing if it would stick, and it just didn't work out. So when we went through, this is a Coinbase chart, we'll find it here. When price went through this period, okay, this period here, so I was losing money basically through all of this. So if we look at here, I traded all of this relatively well. I did quite well off of the first Bitcoin bull run. Okay, so when price was doing all of this kind of stuff, let's actually go onto the daily. When price was doing this, I did okay out of it. I made some good money, and then I started to lose it all through all of this chop. And very, very similar to the kind of conditions that the market's in right now. I gave back pretty much everything I made. And then once it all capitulated and I lost most of it, then I started just trading. And by this point, there was futures and things. You had Bitfinex, you had Binance that were offering futures. So I was dabbling a little bit into that. And I was just trading, like knowing that I was kind of thinking, okay, Bitcoin's dead. I'm just going to play around with it. We'll see what happens. And I started to properly learn the technical analysis around here within a really tight range. Then, okay, everything moved up and I got quite lucky. I did very well out of that move up. And then at this point, when we started to have that pullback, again, I kind of had trained myself up enough within all of this that I was profitable within this region here. So although price was going down, I remained profitable. And then, so at this point is probably when I became profitable. It was very, again, lucky. that not lucky. I mean, I trained myself within a really tight range and it was okay, and I was able to get into a long position, and then I had a decent account in order to trade. But realistically, this range here was when I started to make regular money with it. So back in 2019, summer 2019, I started to make regular money, and it was starting to do quite well for myself. Um, and then of course you had COVID crash, and blah blah blah, everything with that. And at that point, I was kind of confident in trading. Um, where am I going with this? I was kind of confident with trading. I was profitable with trading, and then I was given an opportunity, and then it was really like I went full on, full time, go everything in, because all my other work dried up. I was already making decent money from trading, more than I was making in my day job, but then my day job disappeared during COVID, and I just basically traded full time from this day onwards. In fact, it was even before that. Okay, we knew COVID was coming. I was trading all of this very a lot. But yeah, it was around this area, summer 2019, that I became profitable, and then ever since then it's just been trying to improve every single day. Again, going through a bull market, which was helpful because I was a pretty good trader going through a bull market, and then back into a bear market. It's you can just, having done it twice already, having been through two kind of big pullbacks, and well, three previously. You had the big crash, you had that consolidation just before COVID, then you had last summer, and now you've got now. So this is basically like fourth bear market that I've gone through, or mini bear market that I've gone through, that I can now, very kind of profitable. I don't know if that really answered the question, but I guess from getting into it in 2017 and becoming profitable in 2019, 2 years for myself becoming profitable, but actually having traded that 6 months, because the tools weren't available to trade it initially. So I think 6 months of really hard trading got me profitable. So yeah. Anyway, let's go back onto the chat and let's start to have a look on here. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. Luxury is here. Welcome, Luxury. I'm probably going to wrap this up actually fairly soon. I was going to say we could invite Luxury onto the stream, but he did his Twitch stream yesterday, so we'll yeah, I'll wrap this up fairly soon. 10 million shorts stopped out. What? We're not moving, are we? Are we? Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is nothing. I mean, yeah, you get millions of contracts at some point. Buying imbalances at the high, selling imbalances at the lows. Still nothing significant going on here. Unless we get back above daily open, I mean, this is just relatively, like, you got to think about this. This isn't trap longs. This is people who have just bought, that have pushed price up into here. They could have had limit orders around here. You're not getting that volume of dumb traders up there at the moment, but it's kind of significant because that could have filled some short positions. So yeah. And Sputnik, yeah, these sideways markets are the best times to learn, like to learn how to trade, and because you don't need to be worried about price like running off, because what have we had recently that has done that? You've had Ape and you've had Luna. So there's only and GMT. So there have only been three like actual FOMO opportunities recently that could have got like people longing up at the highs and just getting wrecked on those. There hasn't really been anything else that's been moving. So these sideways markets are actually really simple, because you don't have to worry about where price is going next, because you always know, like, you just trade the technicals, and more often than not, it just works out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Sparky Barker, do you use Market Cipher like Jay Casper? No, I do not. I do not use Market Cipher at all. I've never have done. I never will do. It's not part of my trading. I don't use oscillators because they lag. So the thing as a trader, you've got to be in front of price. So the oscillators, Market Cipher included, will move because of trades that myself and other people trading in the way that I trade have traded. And then that rolls over onto the oscillators. And then the second phase of market participants get in as the oscillators lag behind price. And then that's when you get some continuation on moves or fake outs and those kind of things, because they, just as they're in general, that's all they do. They just lag behind price and they just follow what price is doing. So no, I do not. Cash App, how much volume is significant for you? It's context dependent, right? We're looking at an exchange here that is low volume at the moment. We're looking at a time that's low volume at the moment, so it's all the context is massively important. If you've gone through a day, or if we've seen days where, I mean, we can just show it on here. Okay, let's just throw up. You've got to look at the context of what is actually going on. So can I do volume, total volume? So look, we're in a period of time at the moment where 1.42, 1 billion, 700 million, 1.3 billion, 500 million. So if you were to get significant volume now on this at the moment, you'd say you'd want to find a day with 2 billion volume traded, and that would be higher in the context of what's been going on recently. The last time we had a 2 billion plus day, and that realistically is what you're wanting to see. I think we're going to get that this week. I think we will find a day that we have over 2 billion traded on. This is just the inverse perp, but yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to go with the context. There is no one at some point, like say 10 million contracts today will be really high volume. So if someone makes a 10 million buy, then that for today is high volume. But if you're going through a day where price is moving and you've got high volatility, you can get like hundreds of those in a day, of those big orders. So yeah. Mubu, I trade with order blocks and confirmation being the break of structure. Yeah, that's quite nice. That's that new smart money stuff again. It's the thing with that is you got to know which ones to trade. They don't have a very high hit rate, but yeah, they're pretty good. Um, what's the actual status? Been listening for 20 minutes and all I heard was unrelated stuff. Greg, just rewind the video then. I've gone over this. There's nothing to update on Bitcoin. Like there is nothing to update on. I've got a line here of what I want to see, but who knows if that's going to happen. There is literally nothing to update on. So that's the only status I can give. Um, so yeah. JF, thoughts on daily imbalance, naked point of controls on Bitcoin? Again, they're good. They're good. Um, they're always important things. So you're looking at volume then. So imbalances and volume is huge. So if we do come into it, we've got an MPOC just above us and just below us. So we do have this MPOC. This is why I would like to see a move down to 37,900. Which, are we going to get it? Are we getting some movement? Are we getting a move down? Come on. 37.9. There's my alert. Okay, if we go 37.9, I would look for long positions there. And ideally, what you're looking for is to trade that up to 39.7. If we do not bounce to 37.9, I think it's going to get a bit more messy. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So that's what I'm looking at. That's the status for Bitcoin right now. That is the plan. But there's nothing to update on. There really isn't. Right. Anyway. Cool. I'm going to wrap things up. I have gone, I don't even know how long I've gone on this. Can we get some likes as well? How many likes are on this video? I can't see. But it'd be nice. Let's smash up those likes. Let's get the likes higher. Before I wrap things up. We're only at 52, so it's pretty quiet for today. we also, what do we have? Yeah, okay, I'm going to wrap things up there. Thank you everyone for joining. I will do another update soon. I will be doing much more of these whilst I am out here. I may do a little bit of trading from the balcony. I may do some little impromptu streams. I may give a little tour of things that are going on. But we'll see how things go. But for now, I remain patient. See what happens with Bitcoin. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, wherever it is there. It's starting to get a little bit dark here. Sun's starting to set, so I will be heading out probably to go see. I mean, it's the second day of Eid, so it's going to be really busy out again, and then it starts to chill out. But I might wander down to go see the fountains or something. But yeah, cool. Thank you very much, and I will see you all very soon. Cheers, guys. I'm going to wait now as well because it always I need to say bye before I actually. Anyway, bye.